Hello and welcome to Iron Port. Iron Port, as you know, has been specifically designed to bring Ghana's port and maritime industry closer to you closer to the port and maritime industry of Ghana. It is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, the Ghana Revenue Authority, GOIL Company Limited, Serene Insurance, and Ghana Link. Our proud media partner is the Business and Financial Times. If you grab the Thursday edition of the BNFT, you see all that transpires here on Iron Port in that newspaper. Today we are going to discuss the 2022 budget and its impact on trade. But before we bring you that discussion, the Ghana Union of Traders Association last week held a press conference to caution government ahead of the budget reading to stay away from reviewing the benchmark values on imported cargo. Let us listen to that before we come back to the budget.
The Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has urged government to stay away from reviewing the 50% and 30% benchmark value policy on general goods and cars, respectively, that are imported into the country. Addressing the press conference, the president of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng, averred that the benchmark policy has been a mitigating factor during the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 and has helped businesses to sustain prices of goods despite the surge freight resulting from the adverse global effect of the pandemic.
We will appeal. The 50% benchmark value reduction did not come out of the blue. For years, businesses in the country have been crying over high rate of import duties. It is worthy to state herein that, against all odds, the benchmark value was a mitigating factor during the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020.
He predicted a 25% increase in the price of general goods should there be an attempt by government to review or reverse the values. He warned that any attempt to introduce this policy in the 2022 budget will disrupt Ghana's distribution sector, charged members of GUTA not to pay any additional amount on duty for clearance.
To members of the trading community, especially importers, to calm down and not to pay any additional amount on duty for clearance, as we await response of the government on this serious matter of concern.
Meanwhile, the Food and Beverage Association of Ghana is warning of some disruption in the value chain of beverage products ahead of the Christmas season should the policy be reversed in the 2022 budget.
You and I cannot afford the ordinary things that we are buying today. We are asking government to open the door for further interrogation or further discussion so that we can achieve or arrive at a possible way of doing our businesses.
The president of the Automobile Dealers Union of Ghana, Eric Kwekubuatin, said the prices of vehicles in the country will increase if the 30% benchmark values on cars is reversed.
Some benchmark value no say 30%. What you importers? Yes, 50% every good that wants them. The Ghana for money. After the Yamane Boababe.
All right, so Iron Port engaged the chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Trade, Industry and Tourism, the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, as well as the president of the Automobile Dealers Union of Ghana to analyze the impact of the national budget on trade. Take a listen. The trading community of Ghana has warned against an anticipated reversal of the reduction of benchmark values on imported goods, lamenting that such a move would be catastrophic to local businesses. As widely reported over the past few days, the Ghana Union of Traders Association and its sister trading associations have been drumming home their disenchantment on the said revision of the benchmark value on imports as read by the finance minister in the nation's budget for 2022. Touching on the subject more extensively on Iron Port, the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph Obeng, and his counterpart from the Automobile Dealers Association of Ghana, Eric Kwekubuatin, expressed fear that the outcome of the revision may be negative.
So we also caution government that they should not touch the benchmark value because it is the mitigating factor, and that is the last straw in the wake of difficulties. Businesses are so much in distress, and so if you are that sensitive policy, and it's the flagship program of this same government. And if it should touch, then we will be in trouble.
So we, the automobile dealers, as we heard from the GRA that is going to reverse the benchmark value, we are expecting our brother, Ken Ufuriata, we respected him a lot. That is why we, the automobile dealers, we conjoin with GUTA. Because we are all traders. So that we can speak, the government will listen to you, and that if you said you are going to reverse the benchmark value, it will bring a problem.
The president of GUTA bemoaned that trading as it is in Ghana is very expensive. Thus, governments should not add any additional layer of taxes, such as reversing the benchmark value reduction on imported goods, expressing that it would increase the cost of doing business. Dr. Obeng averred that the reduction of the benchmark values on imported goods were born out of necessity after several years of what he termed as extorsively high taxes in the importation of goods.
The benchmark did not come out of the blues. It came because there was a problem. And there was a huge problem, major problem.
What was the problem?
Yeah, the problem being that the duties that we're paying, coupled with other taxes, levies, cumulated, was extorsively high. And the biggest in the whole of the world. And so, if you recall, you're a journalist. Before 2019, all that traders or business community, including AGI, including Chamber of Commerce, everybody was talking about high cost of duties. Any platform that any trader will get a duty board, you need to board you.
He said the gains from the reduction on the market and government revenue is enough evidence that the policy introduced in 2019 has been a prudent one, and an attempt to reverse it would be a counterproductive move.
The issues of smuggling and all that, Ghana Revenue Authority is having its target, is actually exceeding its targets. 2019 it exceeded. 2020, that was COVID period, challenging period, they exceeded. And then the same benchmark value have been able to also mitigate the plight of the consuming public, because things should have gone higher. You know, prices were maintained and contained. Prices could have skyrocketed.
The president of the Automobile Dealers Association of Ghana, Eric Kweku Boateng, corroborated the sentiment, saying the 30% reduction has brought much relief to traders and the ordinary consumer.
So because of the benchmark 30%, that is why we, the automobile dealers, and per se, people who imported cars to Ghana, or Togo, or what they call Ivory Coast, Nigeria, very cheap. And because of that, of 30%, they realize that no, there's no need for us to stress ourselves. So better, the cash should come to our main port, so that the government need money for our economy.
Right.
And you said all those things, you are going to reverse the benchmark value. So I'm pleading.
He also revealed that the reduction led to increased tax compliance from members of his outfit.
We, the automobile dealers, see the kind of money we are generating to our economy.
So this is the total duty.
This particular car, about 1.5 years ago, I shipped that car to Togo. But because of the benchmark value,
yes,
I'm paying it here. Because of 30% you have given me.
The traders called for urgent clarification to be provided on what the said revision of the policy would comprise to disabuse existing agitations. Contributing to the subject, the chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Trade, Industry and Tourism, an MP for Tema West, Carlos Ahenkra, urged traders to tarry a while with their agitations while the Ministry of Finance emerges with clear education on the said review of the benchmark value reduction on imports.
They should not misconstrue the minister's words of saying that he intends to review, or the benchmark value will be reviewed, to mean that we are going to increase it, reduce it, whatever. We don't know what the minister is going to come up with. We don't know what he has in mind as we speak today. But one thing I am sure of is that he will not do anything to the detriment of the very peace that we have tried to couch with traders. So they should be rest assured.
He expressed confidence that the review would be in the interest of traders and Ghanaians as a whole.
I like to assure you no matter what the case is. I don't think that anybody is going to bring about any changes that would serve as a deterrent or serve as the case may be, a loss of capital to the investors as far as we are concerned as a government.
The former Deputy Minister of Trade also expressed full support for certain tax introductions, explaining that they are government's innovative measures to widen the tax net for national development.
For the first time, we're going to get people who haven't contributed anything to the kitty of government, at least contribute something little in form of Momo transfer. People like Dr. Bing and Mr. Boateng, I don't know how they will be affected, but I can tell them that probably they will even be the beneficiary. Because the point is, I don't see Dr. Bing sending Momo to go and import his goods to sell. But I see people sending Momo to him for him to send goods to them wherever they are. And those people who are sending the Momo are those who will pay.
So that was assessments from both the government side as well as traders. Iron Port returns after the break.
Every now and again, GOIL makes good things happen. This time, GOIL has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with GOIL Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. GOIL has that sorted. GOIL, good energy.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Impressive factory. If only I had listened to you, I wouldn't have been in this mess. That devastating fire virtually wiped out the whole factory and my warehouse.
Remember my misfortunes last year? Serene Insurance Asset All Risk Fire policy that I took were there to pay for my damaged stocks in the warehouse. And my machines that were affected by the floods have been replaced. My accident vehicle is back on the road thanks to Serene Insurance Motor Policy. Currently, my goods are on the IC, covered with their marine cargo insurance policy. I was just telling Ajima about Serene Insurance.
Oh, Ajima,
tell him more.
As a road contractor, I make sure I do my contractors all risk insurance for the projects and then workers' compensation for all the workers on site. With Serene Insurance, they will make sure they will cover your unknown tomorrow today.
Serene Insurance, a new face of insurance. Call us now.
Welcome back. Now some local port and maritime news next. The 16th extraordinary session of the General Assembly of the Maritime Organization of West and Central Africa has been held in Accra, bringing together maritime experts, ministers for transport, and maritime administrators in the sub-region. The meeting enabled member states arrive at strategic decisions that would see to the revitalization of the organization's operations, which has been challenged over the past few years. The meeting was also used to elect the new Secretary General of the MOWCA Secretariat, Nigeria's Dr. Paul Adaliku. Chairman of the Maritime Organization of West and Central Africa and Ghana's Transport Minister, Kweku Fore-Siama, noted that it is only through a coordinated and integrated effort through an organization like MOWCA that development of the sub-regional blue economy can be effective.
No single member state can make significant strides on their own. Areas such as maritime security, maritime safety and navigation, port and infrastructure development, environmental protection, fisheries, among others, can only become effective when approached with a coordinated and integrated effort.
He urged member states to honor their full commitments with respect to financial, administrative, and operational obligations.
There is therefore the need, not only the need, the urgent need for member states to honor their obligations. We cannot change everything at once, but if we work together, progress in few areas will lead to progress in many areas.
Ghana's Chief of Staff, Akosua Frema Osei-Opare, admonished MOWCA to lead the sub-regional efforts to urgently improve safety and security of territorial waters.
It is therefore our responsibility to protect this area, and I implore members to urgently take steps to address any insecurity issues. I've no doubt that MOWCA will be at the forefront of leading an effort to improve safety and security of our territorial waters.
The Maritime Organization for West and Central Africa is aimed at providing an effective intergovernmental sub-regional platform for sectorial cooperation in the field of maritime and transit transport in the maritime region, where countries share common problems of demand and supply for shipping services and associated safety and environmental protection threats. Over 2,300 people have been killed and 12,800 people injured as a result of road accidents in Ghana this year alone. The road carnage situation in the country reportedly leads to a loss of over $160 million of the country's GDP. Accidents on our road corridors also takes a massive toll on transit trade, leading to the loss of human resource, cargoes, as well as significant delays in transit time. This goes a long way to increase the cost of doing business for Ghana's transit trading partners, which in the long run makes our ports and corridors unattractive. The Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport Ghana is keen on making a meaningful contribution to national efforts to subvert the incessant rise in road accidents. To this end, CILT Ghana has organized a continuous professional development program for various logistics and transport operators in Tema. The workshop also brought together major stakeholders that play critical roles in the national road safety machinery, such as the National Road Safety Authority and the Ghana Police Service. Other key stakeholders present were the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and the Joint Association of Port Transport Unions, among others. During the program, particular focus was given to instilling a professional culture and an attitudinal change among all stakeholders of the road traffic system in Ghana. Speaking to Iron Port, the president of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport Ghana, Engineer Mark Amwama, indicated that the program has been tailored to ensure that real impact is felt on the ground.
We are signing some kind of memorandum of understanding with these organizations we've called them in here to ensure that whatever we've studied here, whatever we've discussed here, the kind of professionalism that we've actually tabled out here today, they go out there and implement them.
The Director of Operations at the Motor Traffic and Transport Department of the Ghana Police Service, Dr. Samuel Sasu-Mensah, also touched on some of the strategies the police service has embarked on to curb the menace.
We have a surveillance and monitoring center at the police headquarters. This one, we have cameras. We are able to capture drivers who are not respecting road traffic rules and regulations on our highway. it gives us live feeds on our center at the highway. So if even there is no policeman there, the videos, the photographs will be captured for us to actually fish you out and prosecute you.
Representing the Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, the General Manager Administration at GPHA, George Bredu, remarked that the losses from the road carnage situation are too grim and should be treated with urgency.
That almost every year we lose over 2,000 people. That is only for the fatalities.
GOIL has launched its ASEDA promo to reward its cherished customers in Accra for their loyalty and patronage of the company's products and services over the years.
We've been with our loyal customers for a whole year. So this is the time we have to say thank you. ASEDA means thank you. So we are saying thank you to our loyal customers until the end of the year.
GOIL is giving out free fuel and souvenirs to customers who buy from any of its 95 stations in Accra till the end of the year. The South Zonal Manager of GOIL, Helen Tremanting, has however encouraged motorists to take advantage of this promo.
When you get to any GOIL station and you buy yourself fuel, lubricants, anything, ask for your gifts. We are giving out free fuel. We are giving out souvenirs.
She emphasized that GOIL serves the best quality of fuel and lubricants in the country, hence should be the first point of call for motorists.
We have a quality fuel. Our delivery too is on point. If you want quality fuel, that's our super. You get our super 195. The diesel too is with no sulfur. So I'm asking every truck driver, if you want to save money, please buy from GOIL.
Now let's go to the international front to see what is happening in the port and maritime industry around the world next. Danish shipping giant AP Moller Maersk has partnered with South African shipping service provider Grindrod Limited to enhance its capabilities as a global integrator of logistics in South Africa. The company revealed that through this proposed joint venture, the logistics activities of Grindrod intermodal business and the ocean activities of Ocean Africa Container Lines will complement Maersk's current ocean capabilities and logistics and services. The company revealed that through this proposed joint venture, the logistics activities of Grindrod intermodal business and the ocean activities of Ocean Africa Container Lines will complement Maersk's current ocean capabilities and logistics and services. Maersk will have a 51% share in this proposed joint venture, which will increase access to landside infrastructure and capabilities which are critical to delivering reliable logistics solutions. Container terminal operator APM Terminals, part of AP Moller Maersk, has signed a letter of intent with Plaquemines Port, Harbour and Terminal District to become the operator of a newly planned container terminal and intermodal rail facility in Louisiana. The two parties started discussions on APM Terminals taking over the terminal operations in May this year. They were in a formal discussion phase whereby both parties committed to conducting multiple studies prior to making a final investment decision. A new ANTAG report predicts that annual growth in maritime trade between 2022 and 2026 will slow to 2.4% compared to 2.9% over the past 2 decades. The review of Maritime Transport 2021, published on 18th November, examines the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on maritime trade volumes and how the shipping crisis is affecting economic recovery and threatening the delivery of critical vaccines and food supplies. According to ANTAG, the COVID-19 pandemic's impact on maritime trade volumes in 2020 was less severe than initially expected, but its knock-on effect will be far-reaching and could transform maritime transport. The report shows that maritime trade contracted by 3.8% in 2020, reflecting an initial shock, but it rebounded later in the year and is projected to increase by 4.3% in 2021, in tandem with the recovery in merchandise trade and world output. Now it's time for the schedule of vessels that have berthed within the port, those at anchorage and those expected in the coming weeks, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rates, which you may need to know to clear your cargo with. All right, now let's listen to a few comments from viewers of the program. David Edu says, the magnitude of tax exemptions for importers perceived to be having affiliation with government is very high at the country's point of entry. This one also says, these people need to go and have the discussion and settle their differences. Seriously, they do not pay the duty, so why are they complaining as automobile dealers? Ohema from Tema has a submission. She says, government is not being fair to the traders because the quantum of taxes they pay to government on import are so much, not to talk of the frustration encountered during clearance from the ports. All right, that's all for today's edition of Eye on Port. We hope you've been educated. Remember, you can find all Eye on Port content on our YouTube channel, Eye on Port. Remember to give us feedback and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.